Adam Lambert, you have stopped by the Réalité studios. We appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Kind of a quiet week for you.
Yeah, nothing going on. Just, a few meetings here or there,
And I want to get into a deep dive on your album, but as a gay man to a gay man, I've got to ask you, have you pre-ordered the Allison Irahita CD?
I have a copy of it. I love it. She's unbelievable. I actually saw a little showcase she did with her band because we're rehearsing in the same studios. And she did 5 songs and she was on fire. Her band's fantastic. Her songs are great.
Pretty awesome
I
stuff.
love that girl. I love her.
So we'll touch on the AMA, GMA controversy, debacle firestorm. It was interesting because, and one thing I wanted to ask you, and I wanted to open the door on this subject, and you kind of brought it up on CBS early show, is, you're someone who I know is critical of your own vocals. You're a tough critic, and I remember when we talked about Black and White, and you were like, oh.
It was kind of that same thing where the adrenaline was just so intense that I just didn't have quite a good handle on my vocal. And on top of it, there were some technical things that I was having issues with sound-wise. So those two things mixed together, I was just like, I hope this is right. And I went back and reviewed it, and it was kind of a mess.
Okay.
Vocally.
I was curious how you felt about it.
It wasn't my best, yeah.
Yeah. And it was weird. The whole night was kind of filled with some performances that I didn't know if something was going on technically behind the scenes, because a lot of the vocals seemed very
to be honest with
me.
you, and this is, I'm taking full responsibility of it. I didn't have a great night vocally, but from a technical standpoint, it's something that happened on Idol a lot too. They take the sound feed from the microphone and they just directly send that to the TV. Okay. And that's not really good for anybody. No matter if you're the best singer, if you're Celine Dion, that's not great. Singers need atmosphere in order for the voice to sound a certain way. When you're in a live room, it bounces off the walls, it echoes. That's what makes it sound so beautiful. When you record an album, they put things on your voice to give it space. That's why we love the way the voice sounds. If you listen to a dry feed of any singer's album without any of the effects or any music on it, it's usually not very pleasing to the ear. So I think that's something that some of these sound crews should maybe try to experiment with, is putting, a little bit of a reverb or a delay, what we call it, on the vocal, and it helps a lot of people out. It's bells and whistles sometimes, no matter who you are, they just help.